Ever since I was born, the doctor knew it'd be a problem. Put him in the street and let that.
Welcome to Storytelling Time. I'm your host, J5A. This week, we have 6 stories. First story is an out-of-body experience. Second story is a lady going to a party. Third story is some witchcraft. Fourth story, a female, how she got it in high school for the first time. Fifth story, a gentleman named Superman, and he says his story, and that's his story. And the sixth but last is 3 gentlemen, 3 rappers that rap their story. So here we go. First story, the out-of-body experience. Now let's take a look at this one.
What you go by, where we at?
I'm Gerard Spicer. I'm the artist right here. Anyway, the story's about when I was 14. I was playing basketball. It's about out-of-body experience that I experienced. Anyway, I hit my head playing basketball, and all of a sudden, I was out of my body, looking down at myself. I was swallowing my tongue. So a light, all of a sudden, my whole life flashed in the sky. It was more good than bad. And I thank God. I was saying, help, God help me. And then I heard a voice say, don't worry, I'm sending you help. While I'm still in the air, looking down at myself, swallowing my tongue, my friends around didn't know what to do. There was no cell phones out then. So somebody called an ambulance. And they finally came, but that was after the fact. While I'm still in the air, I hear a voice say, don't worry, I'm sending you help. And I see a guy running 3 blocks towards the park. He stuck a comb down my throat. Presto, I was back in my body. My friend said, they went away. I said, what's wrong? They said, you was glowing. I got up. I said, brother, thank you. You saved my life. I said, where you from? Vietnam. I said, man, thanks a lot. You saved my life. What's your name? Blah, 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 he told me. So I turned around for 1 second to talk to my friends. When I turned around and asked, did they see the guy that was working on me? They said, what guy? So I believe there are angels that are out here to protect certain people, you know, and that's what happened to me. So I know there's something, life is after death. You know, I'm not afraid of death, because death is only going into the next light, going into the light, you know. And we all, sooner or later, are going to experience leaving the body. But, you know, to experience that as a child, it made me believe that there is something up there that's governing this planet, the universe, right, so to speak, you know. Call them whatever you want, God, whatever. But there is a power that keeps us. There's a power that takes us. But I believe in the light, so I think the light spared me. And that's all I got to say. I was 14 years old when this happened. True story.
Zeron had that out-of-body experience. I never had an out-of-body experience. Have you? If so, I need to record your story. But anyway, this next story is by a lady named L.A. She's gonna tell you how she went to a party, but it really wasn't a party. Let's check it out.
Where you from and your story?
Okay, hi, my name is LA. Right now we're in the Village, Lower Manhattan. It's Pride, so happy Pride, everyone. I'm just sharing a story right now about my friend. My friend named Jersey, like, he was a good friend to me. We were in college. I was in college, you know. He was from my neighborhood. We always used to hang out all the time. Even when I was in college, I'd come down on the weekends. We used to just hang out and chill. Like, we used to watch a whole bunch of videos because he always used to want to take me on a bike ride, and I was so scared to ride that the only way he would convince me is by watching nothing but motorcycle videos. So, like, we finally took a ride, and, like, you know, that's one memory that I do remember about him. So I was in college, I think it was in my senior year, and I went down to Brooklyn and I saw that they were having a party for him. It was his birthday party, and I was so excited because I was going to go down there, surprise him. I came down from college. It was like, that's my homie, about to see him. Like, everything's going to be good. So I go to his party. Now I get to the door after I pay to get in for entrance. I'm like, yo, can somebody tell me where Jersey is? This is my friend. They're like, Jersey, this is a memorial party. I got to the door and they told me it was a memorial party because my homie, like one of my closest niggas in the world, passed away, and they were celebrating his death and his passing. So it was a reality check for me because at the moment I valued him so much and I didn't realize what it was to cherish somebody in the moment, because you never realize when they're going to be gone. So never take a day for granted, never take a person for granted, because they're important. Every moment is important, and each day, each breath counts. And life will always be life, but just cherish and value the moment. And this is for my homie Jersey. Love you.
Going to a party and not knowing the type of party you're going to, kind of tough. This next story, we're going to take it to Washington Heights. It's from a gentleman named Otto, and he's going to tell you a little about some witchcraft. Check it out.
How you doing? My name is Otto. I'm from Washington Heights, born and raised. I want to tell you a little story that my grandmother told me in Dominican Republic. Where she used to live, there was this lady that lived across the street, small house, brick house, who used to do something in Spanish we call montarse. Means that spirits used to go into her body and things like that. And she lived with her husband, humble man. And what happened is that at night, she would peel off her skin and leave it behind the door and turn into different animals. And she would be on top of her house, screeching loud noises. And the whole area, everyone in that town knew, except for him. He wouldn't believe that. And she would transform into different animals. And they seen her fly off the roof. They seen her slide down the side of the wall and back up and slither on the floor and things like that. So a brujo from the town, which is a man who does santeria, witchcraft, something in that nature, was telling him what's occurring with his wife, and told him, listen, I'm going to give you this salt that's specific for this type of thing. He said, wake up in the middle of the night, just throw the salt behind the door and go back to sleep. And, you know, they bugged him so much that he did this. And what happened is, around 3, 4 in the morning, when his wife went out, left her skin behind the door, and came back and threw her skin on, it burned her. And the screeches was heard for about 5 miles long while her skin burned and it burned her body. So this is a story that I'm telling you about Dominican Republic and witchcraft.
Hey, witchcraft? Have nothing to say about it. Let's go to the next story. Next story is from a girl named Lola. Lola's from North Carolina. Young girl. She's gonna tell you how her first sexual experience, which was in high school. High school.
Where
I'm Lola, I'm from North Carolina, and I'm 18. And my story is, in high school, I was a little sneaky in the back of the stairway. I bent over a little, you know, got low. You get the butt? Got low. Real quick in school. I got caught by the principal. Didn't get suspended though. But yeah, I had sex in the back. I had sex in the back of the stairway. No, she didn't go the way I go.
Guy or girl?
It was a girl. But my principal, she wasn't gay, so I couldn't get her. She was good, but the girl was better.
Where we at? Where you from?
We're in New York at the Pride Parade. Woo!
Alright. High school, her first. We could get into stories about the first, but we'll have to go before high school if you want to hear a story about me. But it's not about me right now. So this next story, Superman. Why they call him Superman? I don't know. He explains it. But his boy says that's not a good enough story. I wasn't even gonna put this story in, but he insisted that's his story. So let's listen to Superman's story. Check it out.
I don't got a story really, pretty much basic stuff.
Go ahead with the basic. We like basic.
They call him Superman, you know? If we got the S on his chest.
Why they call you Superman?
All you do because I'm faster than a bullet.
What's that?
Because I'm faster than a bullet.
What's the story?
I fell out the sky.
What?
I fell out the sky. That's my story.
Nah, that's not a good story.
That's my story.
That was Superman. And that was his story. This next and last story. 3 MCs. We have Joe Sander Dread, Real Talk of New York, no, Real Talk of NYC, and Prince. The first two are going to tell you a story about Stacy, and the last gentleman, he's going to tell you a story how he grew up. Let's check it out.
Then what you go by? Where we at? Where you from?
Yo, my name's Joe Sander Dread. I'm from Brooklyn, New York. You know what I'm saying? I'm an MC. I do all types of artistry. It don't matter what type. I rap, sing, I do whatever. It's my man, the Real Talk in New York.
It's me, Real Talk NYC.
Yeah, he do the same thing. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, so we about to share a story with y'all. You know what I'm saying? For my man. So this is what we about to do. All right. Tell him it's called Stacy.
Stacy.
Listen. I breeze through the ghetto like Fast Five's Dominic Toretto in search of a chick in stilettos. Car under the weather, I couldn't get it together. Pull over to the sidewalk, that's where I met her. It's funny because I usually don't remember the name, but something about Stacy was strange. She was a hottie, had the body of a Nicki Minaj. But after a few weeks, I started noticing flaws. Lived in a black house, had black purses and black cars. Starting to feel like I'm sleeping with the Reaper, y'all. She went hard, always buying me shit. She had money on some hit the lottery shit. One day, we was riding in the 4.6. She asked me if I want to know the truth about a bitch. She got real quiet, started licking her lips. She smiled and she said to me just like this. I didn't tell you that I fucked around with major niggas out of town. Used to fuck them right before I laid them down. Now understand, sin, I love your smile. I know I sound like a child, but you the kind of guy I want to be around. When I look at you, I feel something deep down. In fact, I think the coochie wet right now. All I want to do is take you home and make you smile. But since this is just a job, I got to do a nigga foul. Blah, blah. The bitch shot me.
Wow. See, and a little bit later on, I'm on the interstate in my new whip doing 90.
Best kept secret of the world.
Okay, listen, right? I'm on the interstate in my new whip doing 90. I'm looking in the mirror, I see shorty right behind me. I switched lanes, hit the gas, peeled on the bitch. But she kept pace cause mine was pushing crazy in the 6. When I hit the rest, shorty pulled her right beside me. She hopped up out the whip, and then she hopped up right behind me. She was looking good, Gucci gear, all black, had plenty ice on, and her ass was mad fat. You know I dig that. So yeah, I let her say a piece. She said her name was Stacy and she seen me in the streets. Yo, this bitch is bad. You know I had to ask how I never even met her pretty ass. She looked at me and laughed. She said I'm the same chick from way back. Skinny with no ass and my chest was mad flat. Took a trip down south, got ripe and came back. And I could tell by your look that you wanna hit that. Yeah.
Yo, my name is Prince, alright? I own Real Recognizes Real Entertainment. I'm in New York, gay pride right now. If you notice, there's a rainbow coalition around me. I'm with my wifey. Listen, I'm gonna give you a short story of how I grew up. Let me start by, at 9 years old, I grew up with guns on the drive-by. I seen 4 dudes on my block get shot and died. Came out west at 12, man, and tried to take a new life. Ended up in jail and turned around and tried to make strife. Came home from prison, man, got me a new wife. She AG, I'm BB, get that right. She do what she do, man, and I live my life. A hood dude that's real good, you know I'm tight. My lyrics are real sharp, you can see that I'm alright. And every night at Friday I gets into fist fights. Sometimes I sit there and smoke a cigarette with a light, or light a L with a blunt, you can see it.